So Alexander, tell us a little bit about where you were without Bookmore showings previous to us. What were you doing? What was going on in your real estate business? Walk us through what that looked like.
So originally, what I was doing is I was door knocking a lot. I was doing all the classic things that you would do, go to volunteering, or I would go to events, and they didn't really produce a lot of results. They just mostly ended up just burning a lot of money. I know I did actually calculations that it was about $25,000 I was spending a month, just not sorry, not a month, a year, just to go to all these events. And it was a lot of time, energy, and money. And now with Book More Showings, what I found is they really strip it down for what you need to do as a real estate agent. Between getting a CRM, getting the leads, how to deal with leads. If you're really looking how to hit the ground running as soon as you get out, like out of your courses, I think this is going to be a great, I don't know what to call it, BMS. Bookmark showings will be fantastic for you, especially if you're a new beginner and you don't know where to start. It's going to be great.
So
Yeah.
Alexander, you mentioned a little bit about going to events, spending money on that. I think you mentioned 25,000 over the full
Mhm.
year. What were the challenges you were seeing with that route of generating business? What was working for you? What wasn't working for you doing that
It
route?
was great to meet all the different people and all that kind of stuff, but the timing was always seemed like they either just sold the house or they're 1 year out, right? And as somebody that is strapped for cash, especially starting a new business, you need business now. So you really got to find those leads that are ready to go. And the most and fastest efficient way is going to be through BMS book more showings.
Alexander, if I may ask, how did you hear about Bookmore showings then? How did that come into the picture?
You know what? I will be quite honest with you. I block all my calls. So the day before I blocked all my calls because as a real estate agent, you're sold so many different things. And I got so tired of all the noise. And then there was one call came in and they asked me, "Hey, well, what do you think about book more showings? Do you want to sit down with William and explain it to you?" And I'm like, sure. And I didn't ghost William because realtors, we hate being ghosted. So what I did was I told him, you know what, let's do next week so I can write down my questions. And that's how I got to meet him is just through I guess it was NISA that called me and William explained it to me. And the scary part for me was they tell you what everyone else tells you, which is they'll generate leads, you'll make a ton of money, all that kind of stuff. So it took me about a month. But what really got me going is the fact that they were still willing to meet and explain everything. And that was huge to me. That's how I knew it was different than everybody else. And then when I got in, I'm like, wow, this makes so much sense.
Yes. So when you got into the system, could you tell us a little bit about what you saw and what you were experiencing? What kind of made you feel more comfortable with Bookmore showings?
I think the fact that I really like the fact that I get to be home. If I don't have showings that day, it's nice to know I can still do my job without going out, which is great. Me and my cat right behind me is likes to hang out, so we get work done, and I just like it. It's just the way it's more efficient. That's what I really like about it. The way I look at it is I don't look at it as a cold calling. I would call it as more I skip all the bullshit and get right to the meat and potatoes.
How
Does
do
that
you
make sense?
how do you feel like you skip to the meat and potatoes? Like how do you define that?
It's like you're instead of meeting somebody like in person and you say, hey, and get to know them, here's the lead that they're looking to buy, they're looking to sell, whatever it may be, they're willing to talk to you. And it's just nice getting leads that are like, okay, I'm ready to do something.
Love that.
So yeah.
And you talked a little bit about the coaching element. How has that
Mhm.
played a factor in helping you convert more transactions with Bookmore showing leads?
You know what? With the coaching is amazing. It is going to take time. It is a learning process, but I do find like even to this day that I'm still reflecting back to the coaching where I'm like, oh, I like the fact that I have an answer on how I should approach it because of the coaching that's available through BMS.
Love that.
Mhm.
Would you mind sharing a little bit about the outcome? Once you applied the coaching calls, you applied the system, infrastructure, what happened like to your business?
So once you apply everything, you start getting your bookings, and once you get your bookings, you start doing the work, and then eventually you get so busy to the point you are not able to do calls. And I tell you, don't do that. But it's hard. It's you're gonna fumble at that stage just because you've got so much work, but you don't want to say no to the money. And then at the same time, you still got to make the dials. You got to pick and choose. You can't do everything in one day. That's how busy you get.
If
Yeah.
I can ask, how long did it take you to start seeing a firm transaction?
I got a firm transaction, I would say, in about my 90th day mark. So about, yeah, 3 months. That, and then after that, I had five more deals going right in the pipeline.
Wow.
And yeah, they all turned out great.
So six transactions, and how long would you say that would have been?
I would be so six transactions, a bit 5 months.
5 months from joining Bookmore Showings.
Yeah.
Wow. Can I ask, what is that worth to you as a owner in commissions in your market?
Because I am my own agent and I work with a cloud brokerage, I find that I'm really getting the value of what I'm spending at Bookmore Showings. And with this, the more money you make, it's not even going to bother you one bit. Honestly, it is definitely money worth spending, and it is as long as you're paying attention, follow what they teach you, and follow it to the T with some wiggle room, you're definitely going to make money. 100%. I'm I legit, you're going to make money. It's amazing. If you don't do it, you're dumb.
Because you obviously have had a tremendous success, as you said, 5 months in, six firm deals, and many more happening.
Yeah.
What would you share to a new agent out there who might be feeling a little bit scared to invest their hard-earned money into a lead generation service like ours? What would be your feedback to that person?
As they always say, I've heard it before, and it's putting that trust in there, but I don't even know what to tell you. It's just been such an amazing experience, and I would say you got to invest somewhere. Why not here? And have your life really turn around because honestly, you're going to make money, period.
So what's your secret to making money with these types of leads? Six deals in 5 months, insane. What's your secret? What are you doing that's working for you?
I think it's really just getting down to really understanding how to convert the lead. And that is again through the teachings. That's where you're really going to have that success. Even if you know you're a people type of person, because I know I was, it's you still need to understand some principal key skills such as art, which is knowledge, acknowledge, respond, and transition. Those were one of the key aspects. And like you said, Segar, you use that in your personal life and in your business. And I as well use that too. That's what I enjoy about this. You're teaching the fundamentals of of what you need to do.
I love that.
So no, other than that, thank you so much for that. Yeah, I'm legit. I have been singing praises to everybody about you guys. I don't know if you got more business because of me here in Edmonton, but I have been like legit, like
Yes.
life changing. It really is.